So thank you, Dr. Namrata, for again same topic for the last couple of years. We are doing this instruction course. My talk is on fungal keratitis, the standard treatment and the role of intrastromal and intracameral injection. So you know that fungal keratitis is mostly reported from the developing countries, and mostly they are reported from tertiary care eye hospital. And in tertiary level, standard treatment of fungal is always based upon microbiology workup. On the other hand, in small clinic, most of them are the primary cases, and many situations the treatment is empirical. But for empirical treatment, it is always difficult because you need more knowledge about the morphology of ulcer, etc., etc. So knowledge about the geographical location, like I always said that Aspergillus is more common in Eastern India and Fusarium in South India. Similarly, there are urban and rural patient variation. Also, the vegetable matter injury, like paddy versus onion. Onion is more of Fusarium than the paddy, which is more of Aspergillus. So you need to know the what is the sensitive pattern of that particular region. So empirical treatment is difficult, but primary care physician should start empirical treatment, but should be rational and see the response for maximum 48 to 72 hours. Then if the response is good, he can continue the treatment. Otherwise, we need to do a microbiology workup and other support in a tertiary hospital. So guidelines are there from AIOS, and second guideline also has come. So there are definite good, the algorithm and what to do, what not to do, everything is there. So in the antifungals, we have basically two groups, Pauline and Azole. In the Pauline, we have both the drugs, natamycin and amphotericin B. Amphotericin B, we need to prepare it, but natamycin is only drug that is commercially available at 5%. And we have Azole, the iconazole, ketoconazole, and itraconazole. Nowadays, you know that posaconazole is also a concern. So it is using for mucormycosis also, not for keratitis. Similarly, the in vitro sensitivity pattern, if you see that different antifungal has got different sensitivity pattern. Amphotericin B is only best sensitive in Aspergillus, Candida. But whereas if you see natamycin is most sensitive in Fusarium and other, also it is there. Voriconazole is sensitive, but alone it is not that sensitive and like other antifungal. Key points to remember that all available antifungals are fungistatic, not fungicidal. Natamycin is the drug of choice in filamentary keratitis, especially against Fusarium. And due to poor penetration, it is only effective in non-severe and more superficial keratitis. And every time when you use the antifungal, we need to scrape so the drug penetration is better. Amphotericin B is effective against Candida and Aspergillus, and fluconazole also shows some in Candida species. So role of scraping and debridement is also there. On first visit, it is a must. Then repeat scraping depending upon the response and also the microbiological report. So helps in decreasing the microbial load, as I said earlier, that it also helps in penetration of topical antifungal. But in dermatitis fungus, where you see black plaque, that it is very difficult to scrape. So, and the penetration of the drug is less. So you probably need every visit or every alternate day for drug penetration. So there are two kinds of therapy. For first thing, initial management always starts with monotherapy. Superficial ulcer less than 1/3 depth and no or trace hypopion. And then the natamycin half an hourly for the first 24 hours, then 1 hourly. or amphotericin B or voriconazole. Sometimes natamycin is not available due to this pandemic situation. So we need to give either any of the three. Sometimes you are desperate to give this kind of drop. And also, if you use natamycin, it is so sticky, so thick. So ask the patient to clean the eyes before putting the second drop. So you see that bleeds are stuck, and naturally the second drop probably will not work. So that is very important point. Then other than that, cycloplegic antibiotic. And then initially you have to review this patient every alternate day or third day, then weekly. And depending upon the response, you have to taper the dose or you have to go for combination therapy. MART trial, this is very breakthrough trial, and they have shown that voriconazole as a monotherapy is not very effective in filamentous keratitis, especially with fusarium. In vitro susceptibility of different antifungals that they have also studied in different way, and you have to actually use the wise combination. That way, natamycin or voriconazole, so one Pauline group and one azole group, you have to use it for better sensitivity of that organism. Then the combination therapy, especially useful for one-eyed, more than 5 millimeter, deep ulcer, presence of bigger hypopyon, scleral involvement, and maybe after 10 to 14 days when you see that your monotherapy fails. The combination of natamycin, voriconazole may be better. Otherwise, amphotericin, voriconazole can be given. But amphotericin and natamycin are not synergistic because the both are in the Pauline group. Role of systemic antifungal is there. So fluconazole, ketoconazole, itraconazole or voriconazole, and systemic toxicity of oral antifungal should also be kept in mind. So you have to go for liver function tests after some time. So MART trial 2 also showed that if you add oral voriconazole, it doesn't actually very much helpful for fungal keratitis. Then how long is to continue the antifungal treatment? Till the complete healing of the ulcer. It is difficult to judge, especially with filamentous fungus, but the rule of thumb is continue for another 2 weeks, maybe 4 to 5 times, when you have all the signs of ulcer healing. And also ask the patient to come after 2 weeks, because sometimes the finer filaments might stay in the angle and they may, again, there will be recurrence or relapsing of the ulcer. Targeted therapy is also like intracameral and intrastromal. So we can give targeted therapy, and first you have to remove this hypopyon, then you need to give intrastromal around the ulcer. So give from all directions so that it should surround the ulcer. Then there are indications like deeper ulcer, endothelial plaque, and there are fixed doses. But there are conflicting reports among these antifungal, intrastromal or intracameral. Intracameral, the RCT trial by Namrata et al., they have shown that it is not very effective with or without drainage of hypopyon. But we had done initially some of the cases, and some of them are with good response. Similarly, intracameral voriconazole, but it doesn't have much role because if you see the half-life, it is only of 22 minutes. Then, but they are using, the retina people are using intracameral voriconazole for endophthalmitis, and sometimes we use in post-keratitis endophthalmitis along with intracameral and intravitreal voriconazole. Role of this intracameral and intrastromal voriconazole, again, there are a lot of reports on either side if you go to the report literature. But again, regarding the topical and intrastromal, very interesting article by Namrata et al. They showed that additionally it doesn't cause any effect. So you may combine intracameral and intrastromal voriconazole, and some of the cases this might help. So in summary, in some studies shows that it does work, but complications are there like uveitis, secondary glaucoma, iris neovascularization, that is very important, and subsequent bleeding during therapeutic PK. So there are also report of like if there is interface small infiltrate, you can treat them with intrastromal. This is the TST protocol, topical, systemic, and targeted protocol. This is published in Cornea Journal last year only. And you see that Namrata, they have shown beautifully, and they have given the beautiful algorithm how will you proceed, and with huge number of cases. So these are very important, and if you go they follow this algorithm, you will be successful in most of the cases. So take home message is timely standard medical treatment is the key to success in most cases. For smaller superficial ulcer, monotherapy with amphotericin B or natamycin. Natamycin is most effective is fusarium. Amphotericin B is most effective in Aspergillus candida. Voriconazole is less effective in fusarium. Combination therapy with Pauline and azole may have synergistic effect. Intracameral and intrastromal you have to give according in case-to-case basis with patient with deeper ulcer and with endoexudate. Thank you very much for your patience.